around this time last year, I had the pleasure to deal with one of the most delusional blue belts in jiu-jitsu history.
I'm gonna strangle this guy. This guy is a blanket.
And since then, things have been pretty chill. Until today, when I met a MAGA-loving hillbilly. Meet Jason, a man who loves to spend most of his time getting in political arguments and drinking beer, and actually thinking he can challenge me. Let's kick this hillbilly to the curb.
Tyler's a fucking YouTube clown. Honk honk! Honestly, picks out his subscribers, guillotines him 10, 15 times because they just respect him too much. His YouTube is really just a character study of him being a dick. I think what I'm gonna do here, you see GoldenEye, and how that bitch squeezed that guy to death? That's what I'm about to do.
We can start with the round against this hillbilly, and honestly the least patriotic thing he could do is start in guard. Now make no mistake, but Jason actually does jiu-jitsu. I didn't just find a random hillbilly revving his truck in the parking lot to roll with, so I do need to worry about his attacks, and he starts off quickly by defending against the guillotine, which most people don't even get the chance to do. The secret is that his hands are so strong from being a keyboard warrior that he can peel my fingers directly off of his neck, and not wanting to tap out from finger pulling, I have to let go of the choke despite having a great position. But my consolation prize is that I can still take his back, and I gotta turn him from a MAGA lover into Sleepy Joe once I can put him to sleep with a strong rear naked choke. Unfortunately, his ability to pound some red meat is stronger than my ability to hold him down, so he takes his big belly and tries to stand up with a quad pod until I can break him down with another power half, and this time I won't even bother with back control. I need gravity to help me hold him down so he doesn't use his weight to get on top of me, but he makes a huge blunder by trying to go into the single leg, and now is my chance to introduce him to the guillotine gang. He thinks my jiu-jitsu is weak and I'm just a fake YouTuber, but I'm going to show him what it's like to really get choked out. Jason's starting to feel the wrath of his earlier interview, calling me a clown and just how my YouTube means nothing. And to bring the pain to him, I start locking up onto an underhook, thinking about a single leg, but he does a good job using the wizard to counter me and goes for a judo toss, so instead I sit to guard, quickly attacking his legs. I know if I can get underneath this meaty guy, I can probably rip apart his ankle. And I go just for that, but he taps out before anything can happen, so he's able to walk to his truck and listen to more country songs. To really make my mark on him, I put the pressure on him, going for body locks and slamming him into the mat. Once I can wiggle my leg free, I pass directly into side control, but he surprises me because he starts shrimping and then he locks up his own Kimura on me. But going for a Kimura and bottom side control? Really? His hands are way too small to pull that one off, and I introduce him again to the same choke he met before, the guillotine. And this time he can't pull my fingers because I put the choke on so deep he has no choice other than to tap.
No, that was kind of more of a prank, actually. Wasn't bullying.
I can't tell if this guy's antics are serious or he's just trolling me, but I suppose he's being loyal to his branding. As I go to shove his neck down, he rolls towards guard, so I have to work to pass it all over again. But he has the same speed as an epileptic turtle, so I'm able to pass it just by backstepping, and he really didn't have much to offer. However, he tries to counter me by grabbing over my waist. If I don't address this and keep my hips higher than his, he can definitely flip me over and take my back. But the second he lets go, I throw him both my hooks and I fall off to the side so I don't have to carry his weight. But his next blunder is he lets me get wrist control over him. With the Kimura grip, I'm able to sit up, and I know he was talking a big game about his secret move of GoldenEye me, so I think I'm going to return the favor and do it to him. Once I lock everything up, I fall to the side and squeeze him to death just with my legs.
Oh, fucking GoldenEye. He just tapped. It's the dirtiest move there is.
Now if he thinks the embarrassment's going to end there, I've got another thing coming for him. When Josh challenged me, I had to hit him with everything, including big brothering him and some very interesting positions. But to make this video more positive, let's talk about getting rid of the beer belly on display here. Nourish is the sponsor of this video, and they want to give you a healthier life by helping you to find a registered dietitian and get it covered by your insurance. Gut health and overall digestion is one of the main things I struggle with. It prevents me from training and feeling my best on the mats. So I met with one of their dietitians and discussed some of the foods I'm eating and what I can change to overall have more energy. With a few adjustments and continuing to check in, my stomach has seen improvement and I feel less bloated on the mats. The best part is that Nourish is extremely convenient. It's all online. I met with them while in between editing sessions. Plus 94% of Nourish patients pay $0 out of pocket. If you meet with a dietitian, they can help you build a meal plan, teach you about nutrition, keep you accountable, and provide support. And this isn't some fad diet advice. They only recommend sustainable changes. So if you want to enhance your life and feel better while training, head on over to usenourish.com/Spangler and check them out. Trust me, it's worth it. I'm going to make sure to recommend Nourish to Jason after the match, but for now I'm crushing him in mount, even looking for some smothering attempts. He's like a fish out of water trying to escape this terrible position, and he easily gives me control over his arm. What do you think I'm gonna do here? If someone gives you a prize like an arm like that, take it. I fall down as if I'm going for an arm bar, and I'd like to finish with that, but he makes it so easy for me to switch off into the triangle, and instead I'm going for the easier choke to submit this hillbilly. It's not looking good for Jason out here. This dude is winded beyond belief. Without the Second Amendment to protect this man, he's completely at my mercy. I guess it's better we're meeting on the mats instead of in a jail cell because this guy has nothing to offer me. The only thing worse than being clowned on in the video where you were trash talking is catching the devil's taint in your face, which is what he's experiencing right now as I throw him into the crucifix. He desperately pulls my legs away so he can get a breath of fresh air. I don't blame the guy, but he's giving me an opportunity to go for the same submission I already set up before. Once I lock up this arm, I'm going to hit him with the same embarrassing technique of just crushing his throat with my thighs. I gotta give it to this guy. I seriously thought he'd be quitting by now, but he just keeps getting up. Well, more like laying down, but nonetheless he's being a punching bag that has no quit in him. And it's probably at this point that you guys think that you could beat him, but don't forget, he's not a white belt. He's higher than that, who actually has some good judo. He just has no chance to put on display here as I wrap him up into another submission. With guillotine number 3, I take away his spirit while crushing him in mount. Now his soul is next to collect.
Again, bro, that was a prank. You're a fucking crank, man.
This guy claims 100 times that I'm cranking on these guillotines, so I'm gonna have to hit him with only other submissions. I hate when people constantly have excuses, and he's full of them. So I tickle him on camera to make him look like less of a man than we've already seen on display here. But he does a nice job spinning out, attacking my legs, looking for his own takedown to free himself from knee on belly. But I backstep, collect his arm, and hit him with an armbar. His small success becomes my submission. I grant Jason a little bit of charity by laying my back and pulling a Max Holloway, giving him a chance to win. But it takes 0.5 seconds before I sweep this guy over with a butterfly sweep, and he's back to where he was before. Getting smothered, on camera, wishing he could be chewing tobacco instead of rolling with a sweaty man. I'm actually flabbergasted by how little resistance he's given me this whole match. But we're almost to the end of the round, and trust me, he has plenty to say after, so make sure you stick around for the end. I throw my ass on top of him one more time, get him with the same golden eye trap as before, where I squeeze my legs together and this hillbilly can't do anything to stop me.
You're almost done.
I only have a little bit of time left where I can legally beat up this guy for fun. My best maneuver to do that is by shoving my skull into his chin. Trust me, this isn't comfortable at all. Your spine's getting extended and I can easily walk past your guard while putting pressure onto your chest. And just when I think he's done with his antics, he keeps it going. He decides to flick off the camera woman, and I'm not gonna let him get away with that disrespect. I throw him into one last strong choke, the head and arm. I give him no pocket to breathe, and trust me, I didn't want to let go when he tapped. But let's see what he had to say.
You know, I'm a true American patriot. Instead of doing this shit, rolling around, intimate contact with other men, I was hunting all last 2 weeks, drinking beer. Hoorah. See, he was just cranking me. He wasn't actually choking me.
Dude comes to me, challenges me, gets tapped out a million times. Tapped out for my legs around his neck, so not sure you want him representing you. Thanks for watching.